I'm joining my sponsor, PA Jewelers, Premier Arms, at this very cool trunk show in Indianapolis at Blend Bar Cigar this afternoon. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Eat, Drink, Smoke will be live out there. We'll be doing some recording. And it's just that this whole thing that they're doing, if you've never had a chance to get out to the Brownsburg location, Premier Arms and PA Jewelers, they're going to be in Indianapolis at Blend. Was that 82nd and Dean? Is that yeah? It's 82nd and Dean. And the knives, the watches, the whole Flederman Von Riest line will be out there. And I'm their brand ambassador and thrilled about that. Von Riest, RIESTE, vonriest.com. You can actually use my last name Katz and get the discount. vonriest.com. Some very, very cool jewelry. And on the watches, they're going to have some rarer pieces, some very cool Rolexes, older Rolexes, a unique Panerai you haven't seen anywhere else. And so Blend is doing this whole thing, and they're changing some things around, and they're letting everybody know about it. I'm a huge supporter over there. I have no financial connection, just a supporter of the cigar lounges. And so they're doing this trunk show, and our great sponsor, PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse and Premier Arms, going to be there with a bunch of stuff. You want to talk about the perfect Father's Day gifts this afternoon. At what time does it start? 5? 4? I don't know. It's 4 or 5, something like that. But go and grab a cigar and grab a bourbon, and I'll be there. I look forward to that. Fingers Malloy is going to be out there. He'll be wearing pants. And looking forward to that. And any chance I get to support one of our sponsors. And PA Jewelers and PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse and Premier Arms have been fantastic. So they're going to have cool stuff. Perfect Father's Day gifts. And plenty of stuff for mom and girlfriend as well. The jewelry is going to be out there too. It's going to be incredible. They're coming with everything. So hope to see you there this afternoon. It'd be good to see everybody. I haven't been able to get out much because of the arm. Physical therapy is going on. It'll get healthy sooner rather than later. It's just taking its sweet, sweet old time. There are other things going on besides the madness in Indianapolis. Besides the Commie Pinko bloviating on social media. And one of those things is that Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Secretary of Health and Human Services, just retired the entire vaccine advisory panel. All the members have been given their walking papers. He's going to replace all 17 members on the CDC's Advisory Committee for Immunization Practices. Without removing the current members, the current Trump administration would not have been able to appoint a majority of new members until 2028. Well, maybe that's true, but I think the bigger question is, were these members the problem? Is there some issue with the members that were there? I believe the argument being made is that there is a total lack of trust that is had from the American people with the CDC in a post-COVID world, and this move will bring about the trust. These members, 17 of them, were appointed during the Biden administration. If we're going to have a CDC that I would argue functions well, in a valuable way, I don't want people appointed or approved based on ideological concerns. I want it done based on good medicine. And if this is the way the CDC is going to get played, I don't need the CDC at all. What is the purpose if it's only going to be political agenda and not actual medicine? Actual science as we know it. Not that the science can't change, because of course things do change. It's about having faith in the institution in and of itself if it's going to be giving advice to the American people, to parents, etc. So if we're changing things at the whim because a new president, that's nuts. That said, why would I trust the 17 members who are part of the Biden administration who actually wanted you to believe that you should give boosters to a 5-year-old? I think that the argument being made about faith in the system is sound. I think that's a sound argument. Do I think it means the removal of all 17? I don't know. Of course, the president of the Infectious Disease Society of America says unilaterally removing an entire panel of experts is reckless, short-sighted, and severely harmful. How many then, doctor, can we remove? Should any of them be removed? Because if you say none of them should have been removed now, I got to ask you what it is that you do. You're telling me that every one of them is perfect? The best of the best of the best? What are you, Diego Morales? Until there's a recognition of the damage done, we're going to continue to have this kind of nonsense. Only one political party can make this call? No. I would state clearly that the move is not reckless, radical, and rooted in conspiracy, not science, as Chuck Schumer said. I would say that the move could have value, could matter, and we could get a better result that is less politically based and more science-based, which is, of course, what it is that we want. But if we're going to see every president remove a panel and put them in, I don't need the panel at all. They aren't. It's not interesting to me. It's not valuable to any of us. And as we debate this, the Chinese Navy has been quite busy. They have been working on aircraft carrier drills. Now, they are not perfect at aircraft carrier technology. They're building them. They've got 2 operational aircraft carriers. They have not perfected takeoffs and landings. They have not perfected configuration, which is how many planes can you put on the ship? How do you move things, and how are you able to take off and land and get things out and get things back in a efficient way? They utilize, I believe they utilize the ski jump technology, which is the runway has a scoop up, and so the plane is able to get up faster. And this has been a conversation going on for a great number of years. The story here is that the aircraft carriers and 7 other Navy ships were operating east of Iwo Jima, working in concert together. It was a show of strength. It's a show of technology. They have been building ships. And I was thrilled to hear President Trump talk about our need to build ships. This is absolutely true. And not just Navy ships. We need to get aggressive at this. I'm only sad that the building of a Navy is somehow a political thing. It shouldn't be a political thing. You cannot have a nation that has strength without a Navy. It cannot be done. You can rely on all the cybersecurity you like or the cyber attacks that you like. I'm not saying that it isn't happening and it isn't important to fight. I'm saying without a Navy, you cannot get the hardware from point A to point B. You cannot get the Marine from point A to point B. It takes a Navy. And we have to be very, very clear that the moves in this way of China showing this is what our naval power can do, here's what we've got, here's what we're putting out there, the people paying attention to this are the people of Taiwan. Now, I would think it's odd for China to try and make a play on Taiwan while Trump is in office. But China could be very well looking at what's going on with Ukraine and Russia, and that Russia isn't succumbing to any Trump pressure. China's got far more money and a much better military. Why should they? You can't tell me that discussion isn't taking place right now in that Politburo. Matt Bear is